Welcome to the Module 2 again of the Microsoft Project Fundamentals course. In this video, we will continue with looking at addition of tags, duration, start and finish, and also linking tags in order to fill up more information into the plan that we started with, which is building Mr. John's storage. So I will pull up the project file which we already started with. And what we will simply do is simply applying most of the things we've just done in this module. So I will try to write some simple steps that we need to do to completely build it. So after building the foundation, you can say build the side walls. So once you build the side walls, don't bother about the timing and everything. We just write everything in for now. You build the side walls. What you can do is then build the roof. So this is the ceiling and roof, and you can extend this in case you want it to be in the same space. And when you do that, you can say make the flooring, and then you can also say install electrical points. And when you do that, you can also say install storage platforms points. And we can increase this again, and then at some point we can also say install storage doors and windows. So let's say we do that, and then you can say paint the store. And when that is done, what you can do is say end John storage. Okay, so these are mainly the high level of things we will do in this project. So what we want to do is start organizing this. So basically, I have a start project and I have an end project. My end project should not be part of the start. It should be the end bucket of my start. So I will push it one level backwards by going to tags, and I push it back, and in that way it's on its own. So it's not on the start. So everything here falls on the start because you can see the denting. If not, you know already how to do that. Now the next thing is I will look at each level, and if they need to be broken down, for example, do I need to break down storage scope? I can say, no, this is just one thing someone can do. But what about materials? Oh, okay. Maybe there are 2 or 3 materials that needs to be checked, for example, and I want to make it visible here. So that means I want to insert another task between materials, check, and build foundation. I can go between them on the last task, 5. I will right click the mouse, say right click, and I will say insert task to shift that one down, and now I can put the new tags. So maybe I can click on it. One material I want to check would be the cements. And remember that cement is part of material, so I will move or indent it one level inwards. So watch what happens. I go to tags. Of course, I selected it, went to tags, and I will do the indent. So you see that it's now part of materials check. And what that means is that it's a sub-level of material check. So I can do the same. If I want to add 2 additional materials, I select below that one, 6 and 7, and I right click on them and I say insert. So that creates 2 additional slots for me. So here I can say check woods, and I can say check electrical appliances, and they will fall all under this. And how you know that is if I click this triangle, then you see you don't see the sub levels. Okay, and now I click it down again to open it, and it turns black. Now realize that at the beginning we said materials is dependent on storage, which means you finish storage before looking at the materials. But because now materials has some sub levels, what you want to do is not make the high level dependent on the previous tags, but the first tags of that level dependent on it, because these are on tax level. So you create a dependency on tax level and not on high levels or major levels like this. So storage scope is a tax. It doesn't have any subtags, so it's okay. Cement, wood, and are subtags of materials. So I will extend this by going there, click, hold, drag it to see more. And I will remove this dependency by clicking on it, press the delete key. So I'm saying now that this is not dependent on this, but the first item on it I want to make dependent. So I will link it to 4. So here I will put 4. Sorry, I'll put 3 because storage is 3. And then what you see is that for storage, the moment it's finished, the first thing you do is to check the cement. But then you see that woods and electrical appliances are before that, and that's because you haven't linked it yet with this. So if you feel you want to do them in sequential form, that's fine. But if when we come to resources, if you have enough resources to do them in parallel, then you don't need to link them. For now, what we can do is, say that this also depends on, let's say 5. And this depends on 5. That is cement. So both of these can start after you check the cement. And the idea is that we have 2 different people who can do the job. When we come to resources, you have to have 2 different names that will be under this, but this will be in the next module. So in the same way, you can also break down the rest of this, before you also come to a real reasonable plan in itself. So what we will do is, for building the foundation, are there things you need to really do in order to do the foundation? So you can say, let's put 2 tags on it. So let's insert 2 spaces. And here you say, to build the foundation, you mix the cement, and then you make foundation. And again, we will make these 2 sub tags. Select them, go to tags, and then they will fall under build the foundation. And then again, under foundation, which is a big heading, we will remove the 4, and it will depend directly on the next one. That is what we want to do. So we say the tag 7. And we can also say, well, only when you mix the cement you can start making the foundation. Therefore, this can depend on 9. So, and you see in your chart how this flows. And basically, this is how you start building or continue building your project. We will stop here for now, and in the next video we'll continue again to finish up the rest for this. Thank you.